Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome to another episode of Legions Lounge, episode number 130. Nice round, even number there. Where we talk all things Legions, legacies, and now Legends. We actually have Legends now, so thank God. We'll talk about that in a little while. We're your hosts. My name is Trevor16Shooter on Instagram. With me, as always, Nate Strong at Corona4 and Bill Dranowski of the Dork Lair. Boys, how are you?
What's happening?
It feels like it's been a long time, but it hasn't been, right? Like
It does feel that way. Maybe it's because we
2
had to
weeks.
skip our D&D night, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
that
that
way.
always fills that Monday that we're not on. Yeah, that's true. We couldn't do it, but I know
yeah.
all the Legion's Quest fans out there are a little disappointed.
They've
But
been
we'll get back to
crying.
it. We'll get back
The
to it.
Legion's
Their
Quest
beers.
fans.
But yeah, happy May the
We
4th.
can name them on one. No, I'm just kidding. Like,
right, yeah.
there's more people watching that show. Let me tell you, man, it's getting good. Like we're coming into our own. Like I've
Spread the
watched
word,
some
people.
other like semi-professional D&D shows, and we're not bad.
We're holding our own.
bad. Yeah, we're not bad. All right, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Before we get started, if you take a second to just hit that like button, it helps me know that we're live. Sometimes I forget. It helps other people know that we're live and brings them in, and that helps us because we need more people. I'm over 3,000, so we're going to be doing a show. Or I'm going to be doing a show at some point. Just have to figure out. I have to like, kind of gather the prizes and stuff like that. But there's going to be a lot of giveaways because I've been accumulating giveaways for this event since 2000, which I was supposed to do.
I was just gonna say, I don't know how you're gonna top that 2000 show. We did.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one. Yeah, that just kind of slipped by. So whatever. And as always, super chats are appreciated. That helps us with the giveaways, which we are going to be doing tonight. We're going to be giving away. Let's talk about what we're going to be giving away. I did say it was legendary,
Ooh.
but it's a legendary barbarian. Still legendary barbarian,
yes.
though. Come on,
It's nice.
There's a lot of people still complaining that they couldn't get a legendary barbarian.
They're
It's not a
still in
warrior yet,
demand.
but it's a barbarian. And I gotta tell you, man, I got like 6 of these things, all in various states of like different head sculpts and headgear, and they're awesome, man. They're just
perfect
like
base
it's the
to play with.
my most favorite thing to like pop and swap and stuff. So we'll be doing that.
Cool.
How are you guys? Good. How's your
Good, yeah. Happy May the 4th. I know, as Trevor and I always say, it's not the official Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
For that
no,
is the 25th of May.
This is
our birthdays.
this is
But-
the what do you
This
call
is
it?
the
This
day
is the-
when people who don't typically like Star Wars want to talk to Star Wars fans about Star Wars.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the PR Star Wars Day. The real Star
Right.
Wars Day is, of
This
course.
is like I get a text from my mom about Star Wars Day.
That's right, right.
That.
Oh, it's Star Wars Day. What are you doing for Star Wars Day?
What
I
are you
think it
dressing up as?
should be a day off. I think it should be a day off.
That's my
I'd
wife
take
did
that,
to me
yeah.
the other day. She's like, "Oh, it's your day. Your day's coming up." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Your special day. Oh,
What are you getting me?
yeah. My cousin
We had-
texted me,
we had
happy
some-
May the 4th, and he has like zero interest
No
in Star
interest.
Wars at all. So,
Nobody.
like,
no-
I'll
yeah.
take it.
Star
We did
pandering.
have some
That's
good
what it
chats
is. There you go.
in the
Star
Dork Lair
pandering.
Facebook group today about
Yeah, you had some really good
action figures, Star Wars action
Yeah,
figures.
those were good subjects.
That was the very first post I saw this morning, and I was like,
It's
Yeah,
hard
it
to
was
pick.
tough.
"Hey, I don't
Very
know.
hard.
I'm not really sure. I've never really thought about what my favorite Star Wars figure would be."
There's so much that could go into it, like nostalgia, or if it's truly the greatest, modern
Yeah, I thought about the
action
Boba
figure.
Fett, but the Boba Fett, well, as great as it was to get it, because I got it in the mail. Like I sent away for that thing. I got it in a white box. I wish I'd kept the little note that came with it. I wish I kept the white box, but also at the same time, very disappointing in that the note said, "Sorry, kid, you can't fire the rocket." You know what I mean? Which was like,
All right, folks, park's closed. Yeah.
So I don't know. I still have to think about it. Maybe I'll post something by the end of the day. I do love my Emil Wickman Darth Vader, though.
I did a
Speaking
separate
of Emil,
post that was like
yeah.
customs. What's your favorite
Oh.
custom or knockoff
Okay.
or tribute?
Oh, I might have read
You
that.
probably
wrong.
want to be one of my Hot Toys Vaders because they are.
Yeah,
there's
you
some
definitely
really
read
good
that
ones
wrong.
there.
You just you posted your Black
My
Series
favorite.
3PO or something. You posted your picture that you took today.
One of those. I put the Kenner Luke X-wing pilot. Maybe that was on that.
That was no the one with your 3PO shot, your Ralph McQuarrie shot. That went into the one that was like tributes and stuff.
I totally read that wrong. My bad. Sorry.
I just let it go. Whatever.
But yeah, speaking of Emil, if you haven't seen his, it's been out for like 4 years, but his lightsaber video that he made.
Oh
like
my God. Yeah.
It's so freaking good. It cracks me up every single time. So if you haven't seen it, go on his YouTube channel, and it's on Facebook too, but it's so hilarious.
It's hilarious. Yeah. That guy, he's so funny, man. Hank G, just answered this. I don't know why. Just Star Wars Day. No, I've got snowtroopers. I've got enough snowtroopers actually. I've got 3 snowtroopers. They were hard to get.
I see them right behind you, right there.
They're right there.
Yeah, I see all 3. They're right there.
3 right there.
Yeah. So good on the snowtroopers. All right, let's get things going here. We got a lot to talk about. We got some guests tonight. We got a guest host joining us tonight. She's a big pirate fan, so that's why join her, because she's a buddy, she's a friend. She lives like basically a mile from me, so I don't get to see her that often. I was actually just over her house the other day delivering some figures, but it's where you love her, Cloud Foxwell from the chat.
What's up,
She is
Cloud?
admin of the Cabal, watching all the shit that you're doing on there, and checking you and whatever. How are you, Cloud?
I am fantastic. I'm very ready to talk pirates. I have it is something that I studied extensively, 18th century piracy.
No way.
If you guys want some book recommendations, let me know. I've got a couple of really good ones here. And also Treasure Island, classic. I know it's not pirate history, but you have to read Treasure Island. And if you like Treasure Island,
Pirates.
do what I've been doing and watch the Star series Black Sails. It's a prequel to Treasure Island, so you get to meet Captain Flint.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a prequel, so you meet Flint, you find out about the treasure, you meet John Silver, you find out how he loses his leg.
No kidding.
It's got some real history kind of peppered in there, but it's great. It's very violent. There's a lot of nudity and sex and swearing and C words that Americans
Do we find out
don't
why
like.
John Silver is long John Silver? Or let's not even. Okay, let's. Oh, okay.
No. It's great. I would not want to spoil that, but you find out exactly why he is called Long John Silver. Black Sails. It's long.
It's a good
show. 38 episodes, I think, total, and they're about an hour each. But it's
what is it on?
Is
it a Netflix thing?
It was on Stars.
Oh,
so I know it's streaming on the Stars app. I own it. I bought the Blu-ray copy because I got tired of it. It was on Netflix, it was on Hulu, or it was on.
I think it's on Netflix now.
It was up and down. I don't know if it's still there.
I remember being out, and I think I saw it, but I One Piece. Everybody says One Piece as well, and
One Piece, yeah.
I do want to check that out. I just never wasn't a fan. I don't know. I'm not an anime. diehard or anything like that. I pick and choose my anime, but I heard it's great, so I might check that out.
It's real fun. Yeah, I watched the first season.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let's get our guests out here now, and then we're going to talk some news, and then we're going to talk some pirates, kids. Our guest tonight, the creator of a toy line set on the open seas. Pirates, kids, pirates. Tide Realm Corsairs racing through the waters of Kickstarter. Right now, it's on its way to funding, hopefully very soon. Maybe tonight. We can make that happen. Please welcome Quaid Kundle and from there. Oh, sorry, Nate. There you go.
I didn't know if I was going to do it because you did.
I know. We always cross over. Oh, not that guy yet. No, yeah. Okay. And from the Creative Realms promotional team, it's Terrence St. John. There he is.
Hey, what's up?
Man, you always see dressed as a pirate. At least lately, you've seen him dressed as a pirate. There we go. He's dressed as a pirate again.
Nice.
Welcome, guys. How are you?
Fantastic.
Doing well.
Excellent. You look good. Quaid, you want to wrap a bandana around your head or something like that? You want to
so dumb.
clean up the piracy?
I have a tricorn of my own, and we walked around with it. Or I walked around with it in costume at LegionsCon, and the only time it looks okay is when paired with the Deathmoid mask, because on top of me, it's the size of a city. It's enormous. It's like it's comically large.
Captain Kidd.
Yes, thank you.
We should also mention Terrence is the personal bartender to Legion's Lounge who created the 1/6 bullet.
So
bullet,
good.
1/6 shooter's bullet drink, which is fantastic. And I would be drinking that now if I had any more of my coffee, Mr. Black. And I don't. I'm out of Mr. Black, so I gotta get some more.
Put some Kahlua in it. Works good.
It's not the same. I need the coffee taste. I know you don't like the coffee, Nate, but I like the coffee. All right. We got news. So we're going to go through some news, and then we're going to get on to some piracy.
Before we
go
do
ahead.
The news, we did get a super chat. I just want to pull that up.
Oh,
so
yeah, we got the chat. Actually,
maybe we could go through that too. Did you see the Dirge? Yes, I saw the Dirge custom, and I was wondering what it is. Is it a Dark Trooper? What was that? Let us know in the chat what you used as a base for that Dirge. It's pretty sweet.
Good to see you here with us.
That was it. That was the one super chat. Do we want to go through the
let's go ahead, Nate. Do your thing.
Go through real quick. All right.
Yeah.
Go up top. Kirby Yar, you says up top. Terrence, we know that guy. Rob, El Spooky's here. Brian Carr. Dark.
He's already calling rigged.
Dave Orkin, Freaks Figures. JMax77. I am TJ Williams. What's up, Tom? Fog and Fantasia. I always screw that up.
No, Fantasy.
Fog and Thank you. Fantasy, as in the sea and the ocean, and pirates. Yes, perfect. Pirates. Charlie Squared. 2D4 Figures. William Husted. Jen Lucky Sprinkles. Jeremy Govier. 77 T. John. Jesse Marshall. Larry's Geeky World. James Studio Sasamudio. Q Jack 640-0. Hello.
Hey, Gina.
What's up, Gina? Thomas is here. The Sparrowgeist. Dub 3. Mr. Ryan Clark. Darla. Omar. Josh Brown. Benny Torres. Matt Spear. 2D4 Figs, I think I said. Tanya's here. Yep. Ryan.
Hey, Tanya.
Caldwell.
Hey, Ron.
Jesse just shelved it. Eric Fate Hammer. Kevin McCoy. Alberto, what's up, my man? Fortis Madamus. Jordan Wholesome Warlock. Legends Collector 1321. Mike Caspar. Hayes EHL. Recon Rage. Blake. Let's get us a count. Brick Something, what's going on? Birds in Boxes. Doing great.
We got to wait till the Northeast thing is over for Blake to start counting down.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
he's just counting the Northeast.
Focused on that. Yeah,
Pack Northeast meetup. So
West.
Michael Morales.
Northwest. Sorry, Northwest. I'm in the Northeast.
Ruben Twizzler, Eric Van Kuren, Chris Collier, Eric Miller. Nice.
Hey, Eric. Just listened to the Mythic Enablers today. New episode of the Mythic Enablers.
Good. Chris Sartori, Ripe for Valhalla, Ben Highwind, Mac and F, 2192, Cloud 5 Critters, Hank G51, Greg, what's up, Greg? Kirby H, Sean McLaughlin, Gluten, we just said hi to Gluten, Blurred Concepts, Alberto Magna, G is in the house, Stacy Lynn, Carver, what's up, Brian? Steph is here. 77 T John. If I'm missing people, I'm trying to go quick. My apologies.
Benny Torres.
I think I said Benny. I think.
Okay.
Twizzy, I said hello. Now I'm just seeing a bunch of the same, so I think we got everybody.
Yeah, I think we got everything.
But
Doke Styles.
We got Kevin.
Hey,
super chat. May the 4th be with us. Oh, I have to watch tomorrow.
Cheers, buddy.
Right on, Kev. We appreciate you watching whenever you can, my man. The County, did you say him? Yep. Dokes. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mythic Dolphin. I think you got everybody. You did good. You did good.
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Nate, come back.
So we got the Kevin Boots super chat, right? There were a couple more. Did he get the other ones?
No, he got
Carver
gluten-free.
Customs?
Another $5. No. Oh, hang on a second.
And Gluten Freestyle also said that dirge was made from a Catwoman, which is blowing my mind right now. Like like
now I got to see this thing.
The McFarlane Catwoman, which is crazy.
Wow. Gluten-free lifestyle, $5. Thank you very much again. Also, shout out to Cloud for being a gem. There you go.
Nice.
And Cloud 5 critters, no relation, right? Okay.
Nope.
I don't know.
New Cloud.
Did we get the Carver one? Carver had one too.
I don't think so. There we go.
No.
There it is.
The Cabal Cares raffle going on.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I gotta get a hold of Cullen.
What's the deadline on that? Remind us of that, because that's soon.
Am I too late to put a prize in? I'm so bad at that. Like they get to me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that totally, and then I just forget to get back to them. But
just like
I will. There's something I will give something. So just put me down. Figure it out later. All right. Let's get to some news here. Thanks everybody for joining us. We've got 130 people in here. Please hit that like. Hit that like, and then go over to Kickstarter and back Tide Realm Corsairs if you haven't already. But first, we got some stuff and things. We got a whole brand new line under the Four Horsemen banner. Called Legends of Camelot. I'm so glad, and I think this was actually on the table. I'm not telling tales out of school, but I think it was a possibility that it might have been Legions of Camelot. And I'm like, I didn't even put my 2 cents in on that. I was just like, okay, I think this happened. I don't know. Jeremy and I have talked about a lot of stuff, but I think that was actually a consideration, and I'm glad they went with Legends because. You know, we all love Legions, but there's a lot of Legions. We're getting tongue-tied on the Legions lines.
Plus, Arthurian legend, like it just makes way more sense.
It makes more sense for Legends. Yeah, absolutely. It would be nice to kind of like as a whole thing. But I think once you back yourself into a corner like that, it can get a little awkward later on down the line. So I'm glad that's Legends of Camelot. We got 2 figures that are going to be debuting at LegionsCon this year. And that is King Arthur.
It's a LegionsCon brand, essentially. It is similar to like the ZoloCon Warrior Beasts or some of the other con exclusive ones. So it is sort of like specific to that show, and it'll be a line that is each year or whatever. Assuming it's successful, like each year they'll drop 1 or 2 more or something like that.
Which is cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the deal. It is a Four Horsemen line. I think. Actually, you know what? I don't know about that. Did Jeremy describe that at all? That it's it's going to be dropped LegionsCon, but it's a
LegionsCon line.
It's a LegionsCon line. All right.
He said, Toylanta has theirs.
Okay.
ZoloCon has theirs. Now LegionsCon has their thing, and this is the LegionsCon thing.
Okay.
And they will do the same thing that they do with those, which is they'll drop it as an exclusive at the con, and then they'll have a version that's standard later that the Horsemen sell direct. But it is a LegionsCon brand essentially.
Yeah. Right. So we got that, and then we got presumably some more stuff coming as well that is exclusive to LegionsCon as well. So we got King Arthur. I think it looks great.
It's awesome.
Love the tunic. A lot of people saying, "Oh, why does he have the 3 crowns?" That is kind of like the classic. He had the dragon because it's Uther Pendragon was his father. The dragon was usually on like a banner or something like that, and he usually 8 times out of 10 his depiction he would have the 3 crowns or multiple crowns, like sometimes 13 crowns or something like that. So the crowns are definitely the motif for him. And somebody said, and I don't know where, but that was the first thing I said. I was basically after I took the picture because I was looking at him the whole time, but he does look like Liam Neeson right here.
A little bit.
That's Liam Neeson. That. He has a particular set of skills.
Liam Neeson's.
Liam Neeson's. He's really cool. And then you're going to get Bedivere as a add-on. What?
I just see this and I hear him going, no. No. It's me.
Niwam. Icky patang zupa. Anyway, I can recite that entire movie, but I won't. Yeah, Sir Bedivere, who is kind of, ironically, King Arthur's right-hand man in that he didn't have a right hand. So you get these parts, you get the helmet, you get the belt, the red belt, the shield with his symbol on it, and this red sword and sheath, or the sheath is red and the sword is unique to the set. So, yeah. So, but honestly, like I had a lot of people, I saw a lot of people, we get the complaints that, oh, what about people who can't, get to the show? We can't get the thing. Nobody knows what Sir Bedivere looked like. Okay. First of all, Sir Bedivere, 99.9% chance didn't exist at all. Okay. So there is no historical King Arthur. It's supposedly based maybe on someone possibly who existed at one point. So there's no Sir Bedivere. We don't know what Sir Bedivere looked like. So you can there's so many knight heads out there, great third-party things. You could make your own Sir Bedivere. You know what I mean? Not a hard symbol to paint on a shield.
He could have a different armor color than
King
if
you want to do that.
You could just grab a Silver Knight or whatever.
Silver Knight.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So I think in this particular case, these exclusive parts, for me, yes, I'm a completist, but for me, if I couldn't get them, I wouldn't be heartbroken about it.
I'd rather the Bedivere parts be exclusive than the alternate Arthur head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But he looks great.
Man, that shot.
Oh, thanks.
These are some of the best photos I've seen you do, Trevor.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
They're fantastic.
Sir Bedivere did a great. That was Mr. Bedivere. That was Mr. Bedivere.
Yes.
I get it now.
Yeah.
See, I was going to make a joke about baking earlier, but I thought that was dumb.
What's the female or the arm from, Trevor?
That is the Ghost of Christmas Past. I wanted somebody kind of pale and pasty, looking like they were, more fey or whatever, and just some cloth wrapped around the arm, and cellophane in the water. Yeah, these. I mean, it's awesome to do like anything. Fantasy is my thing, but like to do King Arthur and to get to be able to do scenes and things like that. I mean, Arthur's got a lot of scenes. Merlin is a little tougher to kind of nail down an iconic scene for Merlin, but so there's we got King Arthur and we've got Merlin, which this seems to be everybody's favorite here.
And I think the thing is in some ways Arthur is yet another knight. We get a lot of those. We have this is only the second time we're seeing this torso. Third time we're seeing that skirt. There's a lot of new stuff here with that torso and stuff. So,
and a 1.0 wizard, which everybody's been saying, I want a 1.0 wizard.
So, all right.
I don't hate the 2.0 bodies.
Time.
Yeah.
Is this guy a joke to you?
Yes.
Zendy.
Really?
Is Zende considered a wizard though?
He teaches wizardry, doesn't he?
Well, he gets in Basilia, he is, I guess. So I guess you're all kind of
I
always thought of Zende as more, I don't know,
he's a teacher.
I don't know. Yeah, but he's a wizard, I guess. I don't know.
He's, officially, a spellcaster. Is what he's called on the website. But
so there you go.
I'm just being a bitch.
So I'm right. Is what you're saying. Anyway, so everybody seems to like this. Yes, we got a lot of Doctor Strange vibes here. I'm sure, this is going to just make Emil's job much easier with the next version of the Avengers.
Just put ahead.
I may make this into Doctor Strange and just put it with my Avengers. But he's cool. I really like him. I do like the skull cap thing. I know some people were saying, I think Eric Miller, who's he on the no spoilers for the Enablers, but Not a fan of the skull cap. I think it was him who didn't like it. But I like it. I like both heads. I really like both.
Yeah, love them.
Both of these looks for him. This is kind of, I don't know why people gravitated towards this shot. He looks kind of badass. I mean, he's got the furrowed brow. You know what I mean? We don't have a lot, again, character and not having, kind of stoic faces. You know what I mean? Like just complacent. What's the word I'm looking for?
Bored.
Yeah.
No, Eric Miller likes the skull cap.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Eric. It was somebody. Oh, maybe it was Joe. Joe was on my shit list on that show.
If it's not a knight, he doesn't like it
for reasons. I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, I liked it. I love
face. It's face. It's got some animation to it. It's not just. I guess stoic would be okay, or just just neutral.
Neutral is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Cloud. Neutral face. Yeah. Which is fine. You can get away with a lot of things with a neutral face. And I think in terms of photography, not everybody thinks that way, but I love expressive faces. So
absolutely.
Expressive faces. Yeah. Nate knows what I'm talking about. And then, so we got the demon parts that are going to come with the exclusive LegionsCon version. This, I will say, a little more of a heartbreaker in terms of exclusive parts. These wings are really cool in person. Again, I know the photos don't do it justice, but they're translucent red. They look really cool. I did get light coming through them to show that kind of off. But when you hold them in hand and under different light and stuff, it looks really cool. There's parts that you can get, not in this particular color, but they're out there. And again, make a friend. I think there's going to be plenty of these things. Somebody will get it for you. I
know somebody who goes to conventions and ships stuff off to people.
There are a lot of good people out there. I don't know. I'm not naming any names. I'm not calling out anybody in particular or putting anybody on the spot. But there are people who will go out and buy 40, 50, 60 of them and distribute them among their friends.
Yeah.
So you can do that as well. But yeah, this is cool.
And for me, the head is the draw here.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I'm kind of like wings. Like I actually don't display anything with wings right now, just because of the space and I don't know. But this head, I want that head in every color. I love that head.
You got to get some wire and some not tack, but you get one of those little 3M sticky things. I've got the little demon Malafar flying up above and stuff like that. It's great. It's great for
if I ever transition over to my DTOFs for my Legion stuff, I would probably have some flight stands and have winged characters up in the back. But right now, it's tough to space.
Yeah, they take up a lot of space for sure. Yeah, but it's a cool look, and my take on the hooves is that he's transformed and like the Hulk, he's broken through the boots basically with the hooves. So, that's kind of makes sense. So there's your full loadout for LegionsCon. Again, the demon parts will be not be in the standard release. So I mean that's rather a lot of parts. But again, make a friend, call somebody. There's going to be plenty of these out there, and it's 6 months down the line after LegionsCon, January or February of the year after 2027. Guarantee you'll be able to find these things for near cost or a little bit more.
People part stuff out too.
That too. Yeah.
It's rarely like the Revenant is like the rare situation like that.
Weird.
That is like 1 out of 10 that we've had, or however many we've had over the years. That's the only one that's been hard to find.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the enablers we're talking today, that it's just, I mean, it's basically for parts. I mean, there's a lot of customizers that like the parts. They're very neutral on that figure. It's cool. It's got some cool parts, but I didn't need a dozen of them. But
Curtis will buy up all those books.
Yes, yeah, right. It's good promo for our I believe it was our last show. It's been so long. that we were talking about, how to get your hands on some of these exclusives, whether to determine, whether or not you need these. You need everything that comes out. Go back and watch that show. We're not going to expand upon it here. All right, some sexy shots. Sexy shots. I know this looks like Moses. I get it. I know. I didn't even think about the two rocks there.
Right.
I didn't even think of
that. I may at some point go back in and edit those to put them on put the actual commandments on there because I think that'd be pretty funny. But I don't have a lot of time, so I probably
make Chris mad.
The 10 commandments of collecting legions.
Really just piss off Chris.
Yeah.
Before he can get his Moses out. I've got Moses.
Right.
Custom Moses D13. All right. LegionsCon. Tickets are on sale now. Hotels went up the other day, and holy crap, talk about an in-stock sale. Minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, something maybe. Like these sold out. Like the whole Hanover Marriott Whippany sold out. Now they reserved the entire hotel for that weekend, and so that's everybody, man. Like that's all us. We bought that entire hotel, which is pretty insane.
Crazy.
Pretty insane.
Yeah.
Considering, you're going to have 2, 3, sometimes 4 people staying in a room. It's a lot of people, man. That's pretty cool.
If not more.
I solo it every time. I just can't. I gotta have like time where it's just completely quiet, and
I understand.
Quiet
so,
time.
For those who did miss out on a room, Bill's got space for 3. So just hit him up.
I sleep sideways on the bed, like the other way. So just I wanted to mention, I feel like the reason why this happens or is happening is because every year, I don't think it necessarily indicates some massive influx of people going to the con. I just think it's every year there's more people who decide to stay at the hotel. You know what I mean? And there's nobody dropping out of that. So every time they come, and then more people are I guess the idea is there's more diehards kind of every year. It's not necessarily a con is that huge. Because if you remember Sunday last year, it was kind of dead. It was not
the afternoon.
Saturday was nuts, but
mid-afternoon. It kind of died out mid-afternoon, late afternoon.
Yeah.
I do think it's a combination of that, but I think I've seen more and more new people in the cabal, and even Travis was saying just about one of the biggest toy shows he goes to is Kane County outside of Chicago. He said normally it's people walking up to he's got tons of Legions figures. They're always like, wow, what are these? He said this year it was people coming up and just they already knew about him. They're new to go look for him. They're shopping for him. So I think there are more and more people. It just seems like recently this year just blew up.
Right. But I think the correlation between the hotel selling out and the con attendance, I don't think there's a correlation as much as people are saying there. I think it's more people who went last year are oh, I really got to stay in the hotel. And they're just aware of it. And they're it's not just random new people I got to stay at the hotel,
Yep.
But
people are prepping for this. I know a lot of people who are going to this who are regulars and who have stayed at the hotel. I'm in several group chats where they're, everybody's ready. They're ready on the button. You know what I mean? It's like an SDCC ticket sale. You know what I mean? It's you got to be there or it's going to be gone. You know what I mean? You don't have a chance. So more and more people are understanding that. And I know it's tough. You know what I mean? It's not. But here's the thing. 2 things. You can see that now I don't know if this is up to date because this was, it was 8 hours ago. So now there was 2 other hotels, right? Or is this the Sinesta Suites that was the overflow? That wasn't the overflow originally, was it? There's another overflow, I think. I think there was another overflow hotel which also got close to selling out. So they've added 2 more, 4 minutes away and 3 minutes away. It's not, people have asked if it's walkable. It's not really walkable. It's highways. I mean, you could. But I wouldn't recommend it.
Somebody last year said that the one across the street, the one directly across, that might be the other one that's also already sold out. But there's now a crosswalk, and you actually can walk.
I heard that to Wegmans, right? It's because the other hotel is near Wegmans on the other side, and I guess you can walk across there, which is fantastic. Yeah, but here's the thing. Like these other hotels, yeah, you're not staying in the venue. They're, less than 2 miles away. It'll cost you maybe $10 to get, an Uber to take you to the hotel back and forth. And yeah, if that, and it's $50 to $70 cheaper. So, you got to think about that too.
Also,
you're spending a little less. You got to take an Uber.
That's
not bad.
I would book it, even if you're planning to.
Oh yeah.
Switch over, because as you get closer to the show, people drop off, and you can try to scoop up somebody's. You can put a post up and say, "Hey, anybody canceling it?"
That will definitely happen.
Oh yeah.
So but don't rely on that. Grab one of these other hotels for now as your backup plan, and make sure you're kind of that.
Yeah.
One other thing to all these people who are planning and prepping, do this.
Shower?
Think of a number that you want to spend.
Shower?
Please shower.
Yeah, shower. And don't just shower today. Shower every day. Yes. All the way up to
LegionsCon, please.
Hold it at least if you're,
I showered.
If you're once a year person,
Just practice. Start practicing showering today.
This whole PSA.
I feel like people are pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's
think of a number that you would think would be a reasonable amount to spend at LegionsCon. Plan on calculate every week of savings from now to LegionsCon. Start saving now, but double that number just make sure that number is doubled, because you're never going to have enough funds to to buy as much as you will want to at the show.
Yeah. This is a show people budget for, man. As much as any of the big cons, I would say, outside of STCC, which is filled with, multiple exclusives and things like that, which again are not always exclusives. But yeah, definitely book a hotel, any hotel, because check the policies, but generally it's a 24 to 48 hour notice that you can cancel. So when something comes up at the Marriott, then you can grab that and just cancel the other hotel. But definitely don't hold out for that, like Bill said, and just book something, because it's not far. It's not, you can share an Uber with people. It's really not.
People carpool. They were doing that.
Oh, yeah.
People offer to pick others up. If you need a hotel, like I know Brett was driving people to and from the airport last year.
Yeah, Brett will drive you for a skeleton. That's all you really need to do is just buy him a skeleton, and he'll take you anywhere.
Me and Abigail couldn't have functioned and gotten anywhere without Everett Miller and Mike Rogers. They were the people that took us places and took care of us. I think we might have been in the hotel on the bottom here. I'm not sure. I almost thought it was a little further away than that. And there were so many named Sonesta that I really don't remember. But I didn't have too many complaints.
Jersey, 3 minutes, 1.7 miles. That's a little bit of a misnomer. I would say 1.7 miles could be up to 20 minutes. No, it's not that bad. But it could be 6, 7, 8 minutes, depending on what time of day it is. Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't long.
How many jug handles you got to maneuver through?
Exactly. But get your tickets. Tickets do sell out, so it's not going to be like this. But don't hold on the tickets either.
And the way they did it last year, with the walk ups. Saturday was way packed. It was super unbalanced. Saturday was almost too packed. And then Sunday felt super light.
Yes.
So they may adjust things. So with that said, you definitely want to get your tickets early this time, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Furious says when I went to STC, STCC is a whole other thing, man. You take what you can get. You definitely have to take a train sometimes to the show. So this is not bad in comparison.
Should we
I
answer
do want to mention
question?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So this is something that's
without
very
hotel and food.
Depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
I usually try to keep it at 1,000, 1,500 as my just spending money at the con kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That might be a lot for someone else, but I know people who they allocate way more than that for just shopping the floor. So it's
$11 from Jason.
Yeah,
Jason says $11.
Yeah, $11. It all depends. Like you could buy you could go there and be like, I'm gonna just commit to buying like one awesome custom and get away with like a $200 thing and be like, that's it. I got my one awesome custom and I had an awesome time at the show. Or you want to buy a bunch of exclusives. You want to hit up a bunch of tables and like, kind of that
surprise table drops. Like there were 2 last year. That was something that like I didn't budget for until talking to somebody who almost gave it away. So I knew I had to spend more than what I expected.
Wait, who's that?
I'll tell you elsewhere. Nobody said anything. But I was speaking to somebody.
I'm like, I didn't say anything.
No, I was speaking to somebody and I said, there's probably going to be a table drop. So I'm going to have to spend another $50. And their reaction and the way they said their response to me, I was just like, it's going to be more than that. So that kind of gave me a clue. But that was like the night before.
Yeah. But I mean, again, the table drops, there was Koi and there was Toth or Thoth, whatever. And you could get those. I mean, we got them now. You know what I mean? That's a pre-sale. You know what I mean? Like that, you can get it in hand now. But I mean, stuff like that, like you can totally say, budget-wise, if you skip that, you know what I mean? You'll get it eventually, unless it's something really, really screams to you. I would say, you go there. It's cliche as hell, but like you go there for the people, to hang out, to see the stuff. I mean, the first LegionsCon, there wasn't a lot of sales going on. There was a lot of showing, you know what I mean? So you go there to see the customs. You go to see some of the stuff out there, see 3D parts that you could buy then, yes, but you could also go to, some of the more, some of the sites that have websites and things like that and buy them later. But you could see them in person. So it's always great to buy there. But like, if you have a budget, I wouldn't say avoid it, because you could spend as much as you want, like Bill said. You know what I mean? Get the exclusives if you need them. If you don't need them, if there's parts that you don't need, you can wait and get the regular release.
You can totally customize your experience, right? Like, let's say you have a $300 budget, right? All right, I'm going to do one armory build for $45 or $50 or whatever, and I'm going to spend like $100 on like custom heads, and then $150 on exclusives, or like whatever it is. Like you don't have to get everything.
Yep, and you're still going to have a great time. I guarantee you're going to have a great time. So, all right, but we'll be talking about that more as we get closer, which we are. We're almost like 3 months away from probably our first Road to LegionsCon show.
Oh wow!
Anyway. Yeah. Speaking of our stuff, we do want to do the pop and swap. We want to get pop and swaps stars back on track. So we're gonna be talking about that, seeing what we can do. Maybe the next couple months. We used to do it back in March. I don't even know if Ish is even doing it anymore around IshCon or not. I can't remember if he was doing a contest, but
he is doing a kit bash. It's a pop and swap. Okay, but I don't think it has the rules that it has previously had. So there's not like I know in the last couple of years there's been like a skeleton piece needed to be incorporated or a cosmic piece needed to be incorporated. I don't think there's such a rule this year.
I'm not blaming Ish for stepping all over my my thing, but I'm just saying, it's a little kind of my thing around March, and it's kind of whatever. Anyway, it's fine. But we're going to be bringing that back because there's so many cool new parts. There's so many things now that people could do amazing things with, and I can't wait to see what people will do. So stay tuned for that. Might have an announcement on that for the next show. All right, that is the news. That's it. We're going to do a giveaway. Remind me that we're going to do a giveaway because I'll forget.
I just wanted to bring this up, and I don't have anything pulled up to show, but I think if you have backed, or at least you're in the email list for the RPG, you may have gotten an email today that they gave us some update on, but we got some really cool looks at the coins. We got the flip side of the coins. Yeah. And so if you haven't seen that in your email, go look for that, but they look really, really cool.
Is that on Instagram or just on...
they posted it on the Instagram as well.
It was just in the email. Somebody posted it on Facebook. It wasn't on Instagram.
It is on their Instagram. I shared it to my story through them. But I don't think the 4 Horsemen, the Mythic RPG Instagram posted it.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's just an update on the what do they call it? The pledges, the after pledges you can do that. You can still do that. They're still collecting that. They're going to wrap that up soon and get everything in order with their retailers because obviously they want to get finals numbers in so they can get to the factory.
Sometime in June they're gonna
like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So we got some fronts and backs. We got the flip sides.
Heads and tails.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's very cool.
That one's beautiful.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that's so good.
Love the shape of that. It's like a classic, like almost.
Did they say what the material
Aztec coins or something like that? You know.
Oh, it is going to be metal.
Yeah,
Are they going to be metal?
Cheese.
Like proper metal.
Yeah.
Cheese. Cheese would be
a fine aged cheese. Yeah.
Fine hard cheddar.
It's like a.
So you can snack on them during LegionsCon.
Chocolate.
This one looks like it's chocolate.
Exactly, chocolate.
Yeah,
why there's so many in the bag.
Peanut butter filled.
A little interesting right here. This
isn't it? Some like eyes or something.
It's kind of like whatever goblin was like smithing those did like the king's face and do his deeds, and then just got bored in the middle. It's like, we're done.
It's like,
and that would be a goblin thing.
Yeah, sure.
It looks like a doorway that's dark inside, and there's just glowing eyes.
And there's eyes glowing through
yeah.
it, which might mean something, kids.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure there is.
Start your engines. Keep going.
Meaning to
it. All right. Let's. All right. How do I? There we go. Remove that. All right. So that's that. All right. Let's talk pirates. Arrgh. All right, kids. Let's take a look at where we are right now here with this thing. Kickstarter. If you haven't heard of this, I don't know. You must be out to sea.
say that.
I thought I beat you to the dad joke.
I was going to say lost at sea, but yeah.
Tide Realm Corsairs, fantasy pirate action figures on Kickstarter right now. 34 days to go. Just started kicking ass and taking names. $111,285 of the $155 needed. So pretty freaking good. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
About that? Pretty a little cocky? Feeling a little,
I'm still practicing remembering how to breathe, actually. So
Have you gotten some sleep?
That's a really good question. You should ask my wife. She might have a better idea than I.
Well, you or after the next couple of days, you could probably rest for about 33 days. And then you can, because as Kickstarters go, now you never know. I think you've done a really good job here. I'm gonna say of revealing some stuff throughout and having some new stuff to buy, because I was like super excited that the editions were opened up at a point where it was reasonable. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I went in for the 3 pirates, and then you had, I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling, making everybody sick, but then we had the captain's kits opened up, right? Or were these open to begin with?
They were visible to begin with, but they didn't open up until 60K.
60K. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you need 155 to have something that's like halfway there to get like, hey, simple $25 thing. Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. Love this. This is great. Makes a lot of sense. Really, the arm thing, the head thing.
It's funny.
Killer.
We went through probably. I mean, we had conversations with Jeremy, just trying to compare notes about how to structure the thing, and they weren't extensive. And Jeremy, of course, had some really, really good advice anyway. But we probably went through 4 iterations of how to structure this event over the course of 3 weeks, which I think is probably very common for people to do. And at the end of the day, we went with the plan that I had a year ago.
Okay.
And clearly it paid off.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's good to have because you're not going to hit, let's say, you don't know.
No.
But the odds are, with a lot of these things, unless you're a known entity, you're coming out of the gate. You can't necessarily say, hey, when we hit 100,000, it's like, well, that's a pretty fucking goal. You know what I mean? Like let me give you something for the first 200 people who have backed this thing and go, oh, like, hey, for another $25-$50, I can add these. That's great, man. That's killer. Like, yeah, I'm adding that for $25.
Yeah.
Numbers go
That's
up, right? More people are in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Thought about it long and hard.
Yep.
So
this is good.
Go ahead, Bill.
Sean wanted to know. Originally, I thought it was Tide Realm Crosshairs, and I was actually, it was originally Tide Realm Corsairs.
Yes,
totally
different.
Corsairs.
That didn't
totally
really
different.
roll off the tongue. So
Yeah.
a little itchy.
Yeah, I was going to say, as much as there's an artistic sense, obviously, that goes into what you're making, there's an art to the Kickstarter too.
Yes.
And I think you totally nailed that. Yeah.
Well, that means a lot, Nate. Seriously, yeah. I could anticipate it. I knew that's what it was going to be, but then you get in there and you do it. And executing the Kickstarter has 100% been 10 times more difficult than making a toy. Seriously, making a prototype anyway.
I think you got good layouts here. I'm not trying to critique everything you've done here. I'm just saying, like, it's great. Like, this is what's worked. You know what I mean? And then, like, at what was the point that that you opened up the extra bodies for the crew builder stuff? Was that like
the crew builders themselves opened up at $75K?
See, there you go. That's great.
And I love the package deals you can get with the one main character and the two extras. That's a great little package. Yeah,
and you could do a lot here with really building out a crew that looks different. Even using some of these and putting a regular head on it, you could get away with that.
We did not anticipate utilizing the captain body to the length that we did. I mean, we originally designed each character to be very unique in their own right, despite the parts that they already shared. And once it came down to it, stretching the mold became a very obvious need. And we were super surprised by how wonderfully adaptive what's underneath all those things that's making the captains what they are was actually brought out in the crew builders. And all it took was a few extra parts to completely transform them. And they've turned out absolutely wonderful. And our good buddy Ryan Prast in the background has helped us dial in these graphics. He's fantastic human being and is super skilled in Photoshop. So a lot of the polishing that these preliminary prototypes needed, he went in and they were good before when we put them on, and he just finished them out. They turned out great.
Excellent. Yeah, that's another key. Having worked a little bit on the RPG thing, like just having great graphics is really neat as well. Some great unlocks, and then you've got things at this is the dream level, right? Like we've funded, and now we're getting a little extra. Chances are, once it's funded, that's unfortunately when people start jumping on when they know that they're going to get something. Yeah. So then to have something at, again, 5,000 over that is great. You know what I mean? And something cool like this is fantastic.
That actually opens up when it funds at 155K.
It's a funding. That's a funding line, 155.
Oh, I thought it was 150. You're right. It's 155. Okay, sorry about that. Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's a funding goal.
No wait time at all.
Right. As well as the peg leg, which I saw a lot of people talking about early on, which is fantastic.
Every time I see one of those, I think back to I think it was Stephen Wright had a joke from a bazillion years ago about seeing a guy who had a peg leg but a real foot. And it just like when my mind thinks of that, I just like either want to throw up or laugh or just, it's the weirdest, strangest, wildest damn thing, but I can't help it.
I love Stephen Wright.
The best.
I met him in person one time at a bar.
Oh, did you really?
Just randomly, he was just randomly at a bar. And it's just like,
no way.
Nice to meet you.
Did you I would have just sat and talked to him all night. He's probably not like
I didn't. I can't. I'm not like that. Like,
no, me neither. I'm not I don't run up to celebrities and stuff like that. But Stephen Wright, I think you could just sit next to him and learn some stuff.
Just buy him a beer.
I went to see Craig Ferguson last night. Hilarious. He was amazing.
That was good.
And then this at 175, catering to the masses.
There's been a lot of buzz about Gravemore here. I can't imagine why. Obviously, the color scheme is a complete accident.
Quite unique. Not like anything I've ever seen before. Skeletor. Yeah, very cool.
I have the
people buzzing about that. I think right here, this is something that's going to be, I mean, even people who aren't like buying into it, if this, we get to this point,
I've heard quite a few people that were like, "Oh gosh, I was trying to save my wallet and I saw that and now I'm scared."
Right. This one too. I love this one too. Just as a repaint, I have no idea what you're gonna do for this paint, but
we've had a couple conversations with the production team and with the factory already. So there's a plan, but it's going to be interesting because we are trying to do something very unique with these guys.
I could see that being one of those paint dips, potentially.
Oh yeah,
wild. Yeah, I don't know if they could
like
they
do with
that
camouflage.
Like yeah, I know what you're talking about, where they dip the thing in. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
He's something that we've had in our back pocket since the inception of the line. Like, not all these repaints were planned until about maybe halfway through development, but he's been there from the beginning, the Void.
Cool.
All right. So, why pirates? I know you've answered this question before, but
because it's been.
I mean, why not?
Right. But, one, why not? Two, it's been way too stupid long. And I've said to myself back when I was 16 years old, why is it that Disney is the only one that's ever expounded upon a pirate franchise? There's some interesting video games that explore the idea, but as far as an original IP and an explorative, sandbox world, it's not really existent. It's not part of the toy industry and hasn't been since NECA touched on Pirates of the Caribbean. But that was a completely different flavor, completely different products, and almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, pirates are popular, man. People, I have been saying, even in the oh God, I'm going to almost use the word realm. Of Mythic Legions and Figura Obscura. Can we
word circulates.
It's a good word. It's a good word.
I'm going to ask Walter to
describes a large
to the
area.
Mythic Legions realm.
Yes, the Mythic Legions realm.
Mythic
realm of legions.
In the realm of words that you could use to describe.
But even there, people have been saying, like with Figura Obscura, when it comes to like speculation, it's like, hey, how about give me this Blackbeard or something like that? And not that might not happen or something like that, since considering they have the Jacob Marley jacket that kind of resembles that type of thing. Yeah, it's probably going to happen at some point. I don't know anything.
So you noticed. Quaid, you noticed there was a hole in the toy
very much so.
realm.
Very much so.
Right.
But you had a love of pirates yourself, though. It wasn't just that you saw there's lacking this. We need this. It's because you have a special passion for pirates and all things pirates. And if so, where'd that start? How did it start? Like, Cloud's talking about the classic, Treasure Island or the 18th century historical stuff. Like what did it for you? Where'd this begin for you?
Well, it's really kind of interesting for everything to come full circle because, like a lot of my interests, if there's a cool toy first, then I'll get interested in the IP. That tended to be how I worked as a child and is still how I work now. That's not really how a lot of people get into stuff, but that was how I operated. And being kind of at the peak of little boy interest at the age of 8 and 9 and 10, and of course all of those films were coming out right at that time. But Mattel had a ton of original IP Mega Bloks Pirates set. It was literally pirates spelled with a Y. And that was something that I didn't have very much of, but those little characters were so very unique and I played with them constantly. The fact that pirates was a very saturated flavor within the movie industry at the time, of course, really informed that. But I specifically gravitated towards those toys that were this kind of blank canvas to do what you want. I assumed that the rest of the toy industry would continue to have such a saturated pirate flavor for the rest of always. And looked up at the age of 20, I don't want to talk about it now, 4 last year, and realized that was not the case. It was a theme that I always gravitated to just as heavily to my first love, which was robots and Transformers. Couldn't be more further apart, but I always adored that line. And so when I came into the Legions community, one of my first toys was Jacob Marley. I went to learn all about Horsemen. Yes, that was that and the Green Father Christmas. That was what my wife got me. I think we weren't even quite married yet, a few months out for that Christmas. And I just sat and held that in my hand. I was like, I've told the story a couple times. If I can't make toys like this, I don't want to at all. And she looks over at me having no idea that I want to make toys. So that was a whole conversation. But holding that figure in my hand was extremely inspirational. So I went and learned as much as I could about Horsemen. It was like, there's a very interesting gap here within this market, and I'm seeing people cry out for it. I'm crying out so desperately that I'm not sure I can sleep another night unless I do something about it. And the rest is history. I shot up.
Here we are.
And yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
Here you go. Listen, Brick, I love you, Quaid, but holding the reference to Mega Bloks Pirates before Lego Pirates. Just kidding. It's because you're not.
Hey, I wanted
and,
the
and Brick is my age old, so yeah, I totally get that. Yeah. Cool.
Knowing that you're over 24 is good, because now we know that you're legally able to be in the lounge.
That's good.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't card you before you came in.
Serve him. Get him.
You can serve him.
Get him around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Terrence, what the hell are you doing here? What are you doing here?
So, wherever I can get in, you know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah! No, I hear you.
But too. I love pirates. I've been saying for a long time that we need pirates and we need cowboys. You know what I mean? Those are two things I feel are
Western
deeply underserved.
Cowboys.
And
absolutely.
So I when I saw Quaid was doing this, I immediately took interest. But then when I found out that he, the plan for him was going to LegionsCon and then going to Kickstarter, and that was going to be it. Like I kind of felt like I've backed a lot of Kickstarters. I think a lot of people here probably have. You know that you need to get more people on it. You need to get more awareness. And I go to a lot of cons. I go to a lot of shows. I'm in the process of trying to get a store open down here in West Palm Beach, and that's taking a little bit longer to find an ideal space. But we decided. I literally turned to Gina after we had looked at the figures, and I said. She cut me off. She's like, "You want to start taking these to shows, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "I'm on board." So that's how that worked. But we reached out to Quaid, and when I did, I wrote him an email, or maybe it was an instant message or something like that. But I was basically like, introduced myself. I didn't know if he knew anything about me, and I was like, "I go to a lot of shows. I'd like to take your stuff on the road and get it in front of as many people as possible. Try to raise awareness for it." Because I really think that for Kickstarter, you're going to need to get more people to see these physically in person and to get as much exposure as possible. And luckily that worked out, because that's what I've been doing for the last 3 or 4 months. I've been taking, going to ZoloCon, Toylanta, ToyCon New Jersey, and we'll be going to IshCon at the end of the month. So, we've been trying to get the word out there. And I guess it gave me an excuse to finally dress as a pirate in public. So,
let's get down to brass tacks. That's exactly what you wanted to do. So that was the reason you started this entire thing.
Well, for concept,
no, it's been working, man. I think you guys did a great job of ramping this up before it got to the Kickstarter level. Because you do have to build that anticipation and the desire for it before it hits. You can't just boom put it out there and say, "Hey, everybody, you should go over here."
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, cold opening is not good. Yeah, absolutely.
Seeing them makes a massive difference. Like, even just on various Discord servers, people are talking about it and like, "Oh, this is interesting." And when I saw you guys at LegionsCon last year, I made sure to get really clear pictures, and I posted them so people could pull in and see the detail with, in full 4K. And seeing my photo, and they're half-assed photos, but seeing those, people are like, "All right, yeah, I'm in." So it definitely, like, you can see it on a website or whatever, but like once you can get really into like seeing Charybdis in person, I was like, I need this figure. I'm in all the way.
Well, it's very
I'll tell you,
happy, but
it's been great being at shows, and like I see people literally get down, like, they get down on, like, they crouch down, they get really close to the dios, and they want to look at the detail, and overwhelmingly we hear it all the time. These look so much better in person than I expected. They look at the paint job that Eric did on it, or that Sherry did on Charybdis as an example, and they are blown away by that, the paint work, the sculpting, and I think just things like the structure to somebody like Charybdis with all the barnacle work and coral on them. It's just something you're not seeing that kind of detail in a lot of figures out there. But I think a lot of people, me and Quaid have talked about this, what we think people are resonating with, which character they like the most. And, I would say that we hear overwhelming people who love Deathmoid, which, people love skeletons, but I think Charybdis has really caught a lot of people's imaginations. So
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Captain
Hey, there's my man.
Quits for
Happy
Quaid.
birthday,
Let's
buddy.
set sail. Cheers, everyone.
He's so awesome. He tossed a boat up on our table while we were scrambling for our lives on Saturday last November.
Well, I was going to say, the thing with pirates is, with pirate action figures is, I think the first thing people think is like, we're going to need a boat. And you're going to need a
bigger boat.
And bigger boat than, quite frankly, Detour has available right now. But you never know what he's going to have available at LegionsCon this year or next. So is that something you've thought about in the back of your mind? Or is it something that you like, the Horsemen have talked about, with like the round table, in fact, with Camelot, we'll probably leave that to the community. It's not something we want to get into, but
I'm afraid on a realistic point of consideration, a round table is way more rational to consider than a pirate ship, I'm afraid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just within,
just
within our universe, these characters' pirate ships, sometimes they're practically the size of a city. So really about the only reasonable one you could approach would maybe be Morning Stars. And even then, if you have a spare parking lot and about $3 trillion, then you can have a to scale.
I don't.
Hey, we did a dragon, man. So not saying.
Well, I don't think people realize how big, like even a sloop, like the smaller ones that the pirates generally tended to use.
A rowboat
would
be ambitious.
Massive. They were huge. Like a rowboat is one thing, sure. You want to do something like that.
I'm not saying you need the whole ship. I'm just saying
a wheel.
Piece of it, like the deck,
play sets,
Yeah, but these things were ridiculous.
I'll make everybody a deal. If we can hit 300K in the next 5 minutes, we'll start prototyping.
Let's go. Let's go.
Get after it, people. I love the descriptions of the ships, how like alive they are and how they are tied into the characters, and they follow their what they're thinking of, and they're just organic and how they affect the surrounding, and it's so cool, man.
We haven't had a ton of room. We have a limit of like 35,000 characters in the Kickstarter. I literally had to cannibalize some of the information in the bottom the other day when we opened up the crew builders because we had taken up too much space. So there's not a lot of story content within the campaign. So that's really cool to hear. Were you getting that from the website?
I think the website's great. Yeah,
gotcha.
Just a lot of background. I love the lore. Just the stories that you're putting out, they're well done.
That's really cool to hear because the story there's a balance, and right now people are interested in the perspective of having plastic in their hands. So the story is not as compelling right now, but it's really encouraging to me once people are able to take a step back and they feel like they have what they need, and now they're going to go analyze what the world is. And I love hearing if somebody enjoys it.
I think that's the way to go because that is the Legions. That was Mythic Legions for me, and I think for a lot of people, I wanted knights. You know what I mean? And the enablers were talking about this today. That growing up, you had the Lego knight castle thing. It's still expensive even for that time. Legos were expensive, but they're really outside of little plastic, get 500. World War II soldiers, or they had knights and stuff like that. You could get them, but they were little, single-colored little plastic men, I wanted knights, man. I wanted knights to play with, and there were no knights. There was nothing. So, I mean, literally, when I'm in my, late 40s, let's say, mid-40s, I see, maybe I was in my 30s. Anyway, I saw Mythic Legions, and I'm like, oh my God, knight figures. Oh my God, this is incredible. So, and I didn't care. I didn't care anything about it. I didn't read the bios. I'm just going to make these.
I wanted to not care.
Yeah, I'm just going to make these whatever I want to make them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And people are going to do that initially. Hey, skeleton pirate, cool. But then you start to buy into it.
Yeah, we very much went into that having that expectation. We wanted
that looks great.
Had that basic sandbox play, and we
just need to build a ship around it now. But
there you go.
I think you could get away with little pieces. You know what I mean, like that, like a ship's wheel and a little backdrop and some stands. Some stands that look like that maybe hook together that build the boards of a ship, maybe or something like that.
Well, I was blown away when I found out we had I had one bringing up Cabal Cares again, I had actually one of my prizes I won last year was I won a dio from Joshua Green, and
oh wow!
Originally, I did not know what I was going to do with that, and then we started doing this, and we said, well, why don't we do something pirate themed? And then he made me the pirate theme that we've been taking to shows, and I was like, damn, that looks so familiar though. Why does it look familiar? And then he told me he made you your dio for Dawns of Discovery. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, man, I was in good hands. I didn't realize how good of hands I was in. But,
Josh, one of the best, Josh man. Is my secret weapon. Like,
sorry,
he can like put something. Yeah, it's all right. He can put something together. Like I needed that for those. Like I was talking to Jeremy. Not that I'm gonna derail things, but because I want to come back to what Quaid was saying about the storyline and stuff. Like, but like Jeremy's like, well, I mean, just some railing or something behind him. I'm like, come on, man. You know me. Like, it's got to be epic. I'm like, I need a ship. I need a ship. I need a deck. And that dude put it together for me in like a I don't know, like eight or 10 days, something like that. It was crazy. So it was beautiful. So yeah, he's the man. But anyway, Quaid, we were saying like the storyline. I think you've going about it the right way, that the figures are accessible. Storyline, I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, if I'm into it, I'm into it. And as it goes along, there'll be something else that like, oh, what is that guy? And like now it's like, oh, okay, now I'm interested in the story. So
very much. We wanted people for the sculpts to speak for themselves, for the toys to be interesting in their own right. And if people got invested in the world, then they would. And if they don't, you know, it doesn't cost extra. So
there you go. Yeah, I mean, you started with humans, skeletons. Everybody loves a skeleton. Squid, Cthulhu type characters.
Squid beard.
And everybody loves that. Yeah, perfect. I mean, perfect. You could expand. I don't know if you are planning on that. I'm not going to like delve into but expand onto other.
Well,
I mean, I know you have three. I know you have three. What are you calling them?
Factions.
Are they factions? Okay.
Yep,
factions.
That's what we've called it.
When we glom onto that.
Yeah, the real original there. No,
that's good. That's, if you're gonna steal things that are like
when you find your faction,
Yeah, exactly. When we first reached out to Horsemen, we had, I'm afraid I'm not giving anything away when I spell out that there are more factions than that. Part of this Kickstarter? Not yet. That's what this Kickstarter is for. But there was like 50 plus character product designs that we had in front of them that, of course, we had to lower it down from that point. So we led with the three factions that we felt were the strongest, which was really difficult because we have some really, really cool concepts baked into this lore, some of which you can find pieces of them within the lore as is. The audiobook is spelling out a lot more of that. Now,
Captain Horus.
And there's stuff even behind them that aren't even talked about.
It's tough to pull back, right? It's tough to pull back and just because you got to make it accessible. Like I think you did a good job with just three, main characters. Again, we all know that tooling and stuff, you've got to reuse. You've got to use the body to its best before you can get the money in to get new tooling and get some new stuff. But so. I think you did a good job with that, man. It's obviously working. So
well, I appreciate it immensely because this has been single-handedly the most difficult thing I've ever taken on, and I kind of figured it would be that way. But throughout the latter half of high school and coming out of high school, I was doing feature-length student films practically by myself, and I did 3 of those, and that was the hardest thing I'd ever completed in my life. That took almost 4 years to do all those, and I thought, wow, I'll never top that with just as far as investment of time and resources and practically killing you to get it done. This has completely washed that away in every sense of the word, the amount of effort and time and sacrifices this has taken to make a reality, and the fact that it's practically $45,000 away from being the beginnings of a reality is
it'll get there.
An honor that I can't even begin to thank the community enough for.
We got new stuff. Awesome. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but is Gina practicing her whip work there, Terrence? What's going on?
My dogs are very active at the moment. I apologize.
Okay, no, it's all right. So we unlocked some things at 100,000, which I guess we kind of talked about, right?
Just for a minute.
But if you haven't, I mean, if you started out with this and you haven't, like, a lot of people, that's the other thing, like, they don't keep up. Yes, you've got emails going out to people, but, you know, again, I learned about it through, I think, one of the shows that you were on, right? That there was new kits, or I just checked it out. I've been checking it out every day, honestly, but not everybody does that. You know, that there's new, you got the crew builder stuff now. So I totally just added these. So if you haven't done this tonight,
do it.
While we're on, do it. Let's get this to like
make that adjustment.
120. How about if we can get this to 120? That'd be really cool. That's a lot. It's a lot. We got 130 people here. Everybody puts in $50. We might be able to do it. I don't know. I didn't do that math correctly, but you know.
The cool part about the crew builders is that, you know, when we approach the Horsemen, of course, you have to figure out differentiating the two products from what they're doing. There's a level of respect and to the modularity that Horsemen retain as a property of their own. So these guys don't disassemble, you know, like everything comes from a Horseman.
Right.
But these are intended to be able to do the same level of army building that you would expect from most lines like this. And that's why everybody comes with an alternate head. That's why they come with, in the case of the more humanoid characters, they have a tricorn. You can change it up a couple different ways with those guys. And the more you buy, you know, the more your army expands.
So you can remove the arms? Is that what?
Yeah, and the fact that the arms pop out at the shoulder is pretty much what enabled us to do as much world building as we have. So like what you're looking at here with the captain's kit, that little enigma, so to speak, of those pieces completely opened up the whole world for kind of what makes the campaign what it is now. And so the captain's kit specifically is tailored to the 3 original captains because, of course, the colors correspond. All those sleeves match the undershirt that actually a lot of photos of the original prototypes you can barely see because they have so many layers. But all those sleeves will match that undershirt so that you can pop the arms off, take the coats off if you don't want to use them, and then you have a completely different look for your captain, or you can dress him up and down, and he's a completely different character in his own right.
Yep. It's a great idea.
So you have essentially, you know, crew builders before you've even bought any, just with buying the captain's kit, and then you can expand even beyond that.
So beyond that, like you said, you're not jumping into the whole pop and swap thing, but that does work for the arms. Is there anything else? Because I'm sure people will be asking that will.
I mean, the heads are of course all going to be the same. The hands are the same, and then of course to make the peg leg, which unlocks later compatible, it will also be the boots as well.
Okay, so the boots at the boot cut or the knee. Oh, at the boot cut. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there'll be a male adapter on the top of the peg leg that'll go up into the cavity of the leg.
That's great. That's really cool.
And those are, along with the hook hand in that pack, again, those unlock at the funding goal. Those are universal. They work on every single figure.
Okay, cool. Where did that go? I missed it.
I think it's down
a little bit further.
Oh, further than this? Oh, there it is. Okay, right at the funding.
And then there's the different colors.
Yep, black and brown. Yep, the wood color.
So cool.
And what's fun is, you know, they're designed to be, you know, here's your bad guy gear, here's your good guy gear, but they will look good on anybody. They really will.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just excited to get a cutlass that's not for my parents' bar, you know, wear with those old plastic, you know, swords for the
I'm just happy to have a cutlass that's not from a martini, you know.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Or an Oldsmobile, which would
you
know. My grandfather drove around in that.
The pirate gear is cool because you actually get, you know, we touched on the set of black gear that's very much tailored around the parish, but we wanted to make sure that the Tideborn had pistols as well. So we have those deep sea pistols as well to go with them. So I guess the good guy gear is not completely good guy, but the Tideborn are a little ambiguous. They're out for themselves. They're hardly good guys in a pirate universe.
Coral Wraith translucent or painted? It's painted, right?
He will be painted. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like light reactive too, right?
I got 2 words for you. It's probably already in your lexicon, but ghost pirates. I'm just saying. Just
really. You know, it's funny. That's I would never have thought of that if you hadn't said it.
It's not an original idea, Quaid, but it's like, you know, it's
well, what's cool is that's exactly what.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh. No, I was talking over you. I was just going to say that's precisely what the Coral Wraith is. Actually, he is kind of our
like
first
a ghost pirate.
introduction to that ghost type character, which is why he comes with all those different pieces. He's actually, there's a reason he's the only $65 deluxe mark, because he comes with enough pieces to make several different iterations of a completely different type of character.
Wow.
Nice.
Cool.
So cool. I saw I mean, the rib cage.
I gotta say, more and more, you've got the all-in, and a lot of times with the all-in, you're like, with the Kickstarter and it's new stuff, and even stuff, like AWOC and things like that you know it's a known entity.
Yeah.
It's like that's a big nut right there. You know what I mean? Precisely. But the more I'm like, I'm going to say, like, already, like, I'm approaching that. You know what I mean? Already. So, like, the stuff that you've got has been interesting enough to, like, I got to have one of those, and I got to have one of those. So more and more, I think, as this gets further and further towards, this is gonna have everything, right? All the future stretch goals for $500, right?
Yeah, for $500 you get one of everything in.
That's gonna be, at that point, that's gonna be a bargain, man. Like, that's gonna be really, really good.
We did want to make sure it was kind of the same value of. I mean, we want to feel the experience of opening it, like your child Christmas morning with the Lego Death Star, but you've got 45 billion different guys.
Will it come in a treasure chest or anything? No, I'm just kidding.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Now, of course, when it comes to, the all-in package, there's an element of risk that everybody's taking when it comes to backing that.
Oh, yeah.
There's always the chance that something doesn't unlock, but we have a very firm policy in place that if anything doesn't unlock, that amount is always credited to backers. The minute that survey comes in from Backer Kit, and they're able to select anything that did unlock, that of which being probably more crew members. But at this point, I'm afraid we're fairly confident that folks are going to start.
So you're filling those spots. In other words, if something doesn't unlock at the end, you can fill that spot with something else. You can get
no matter what happens. Yeah, no matter what happens in this campaign, you get $500 worth of product.
Right.
Okay.
The money is money that you can spend on whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you have to do this now, but I'm saying if you're into this you're gonna do this eventually. So just do it now. Do it now. This is I'm on the verge. You know what I mean? Like, one more thing, and I'm like I may as well, because like where I am right now, I'm like I may as well. You know what I mean?
Well, there's something that we don't get to. I mean, there's so much to. It's so cool in the last 3 days how much became visible to everybody, because I structured this the way I did for a reason, but I also assumed that we'd hit our massive lull and then folks would start seeing some of these things.
Right.
No, it's been day one, practically almost everything easily accessible opened up, and one of the risks as a new creator you take when you jump into something this ambitious is, of course, trying to sustainably make sure that the line, continues to grow, not just during the campaign, but beyond it. And there's quite a few cases where Kickstarters like this have almost come in and been saved by retailers at the end of the campaign.
Right.
There's a lot of retailers that don't really have that policy anymore, and one of those being Big Bad Toy Store, and they have really good reasons for not doing that anymore. So I get a lot of questions all the time of, where is this going to be available for retail? That conversation does not open up until after the funding goal, and even past that. This has to hit a sustainable, renewable place for us to actually get people product first before retailers would be able to carry it anyway. But people should know that those retailers are being talked to. They're part of the consideration. They're part of the plan, and we want them in with our brand and in with our store. We have reached out to Big Bad Toy Store personally, so it just depends on how the campaign performs, and it's performing really, really well already.
Yep. That makes total sense for all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good. A lot of confidence in them.
It's I just want to say it's wild to me that to see somebody so young with their shit so together, because I'll be 44 years old tomorrow, and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life.
Oh, tomorrow's your birthday?
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Yeah, my mom's tomorrow too.
Happy birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Revenge of the 6th.
That too.
Revenge of the 5th,
yeah.
Should have been the 6th. Anyway, well, happy birthday. That's awesome. Yeah, we're still at 112, kids. Come on, look at the. I'm telling you, if you're up there in the multiple hundreds, you may as well just get that all in, because like it's going to happen.
That's part of the point I'm making, is that this is going to be the cheapest way to get them possible while the campaign is live. That's the lowest price they are. Post campaign, it goes up a little bit because that's how Kickstarter's policy works. Yep. And aside from that, the only time to guarantee once this will be even more accessible is once it funds. The quicker we get there, the more sustainable it is for everybody. The easier it is for everybody to get a hold of these, the easier it is for us to provide them to people, and the more options we have to use this tooling.
There you go.
So you may have this in your Kickstarter, and I just have not seen it. But once this does fund, because it will, what's the goal as to have these in people's hands time-wise? What's your? I
mean, the goal, if I had an ideal world, would be 2 days later. No,
well, sure.
No, what happens is mostly what I'm telling people is what we've talked to with our good buddy Bill Raleigh, who's shepherding the production process. He's helping Chris out as well with that, because Chris has 45 million things going on. I think he needs another.
He doesn't sleep, so he's fine.
Exactly. Anyway, we've had lots and lots of conversations about what the timeline would be, and what I always give people is a basic 18-month window is a comfortable place to sit at, as far as if nothing goes wrong. Chances are, you'll run into real world things that nobody can control, nobody can anticipate, and there'll probably be some kind of unforeseeable delay. But a lot of those things are stuff that are not only mentionable, manageable, and anticipatory. There's things that can be handled, and the better that the campaign performs, the easier it is to meet those hurdles later.
Yeah, but excellent. Again, under promise, over deliver. That's the key right there.
Pretty much. Our estimate for January 2028 is still kind of I feel like that's a little bit of an ambitious one. We wanted to push it by about 2 years, and I really don't want it to take longer than that, but 2.5 is not really an impossible
I think that people at this point with Kickstarter are, it's kind of a built-in thing. You don't want to. You want to beat that, but like you said, stuff comes up, and you never know what's going to come up. So, there's a brand new thing. Everything's new. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like you're working from existing tooling or anything like that. So, you never know. You get something in hand, and it's like, well, this sticks. I don't like that.
But I also feel it's a matter of, if you're somebody who does all in with Store Horsemen as an example, you're used to that
that timeline.
Very similar.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that or Kickstarter. I mean, if you're in a Kickstarter, Roboskull, well worth the wait, and those guys are great, but it took a while.
Like 3 years.
Yeah, and
Savage
Crucible.
Yeah,
right.
Completely.
Savage Crucible.
Yeah,
I got stuff coming from the third wave of that. So, but I know it's coming. You know what I mean? I know it's going to come. You know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be better because it's
worried about it. So
they didn't rush it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's our primary motivation.
And people are cool. I mean, you're going to get your people that are going to complain, but whatever. Let's get this giveaway going just for a second here.
I want to see this thing kick so much ass, because I want, and I said this to you guys at LegionsCon, I want to see some lady pirates. I am willing to.
Well, absolutely.
I'm willing to write off my
in the background, but
I heard her.
Yeah, no, I heard her. And I'm willing to sign over my likeness rights to be a lady pirate. Just putting it out there.
There you go.
Putting it out there.
So how do you say, Quaid? Is it Kezia?
Yeah, you got it.
Kezia
Capstan, cool. And she's
we'll be looking for Kezia.
Staple character within the universe, and of course would require her own buck. So that's basically you have a new Kickstarter right there.
So I do got to ask. Speaking of her, you said that she was somewhat inspired by your wife, right? But she's also known as Kezia Gold Digger Capstan. So is that
showing off?
Anything you want to say about that, Quaid?
Anything I want to say? Well, it couldn't be more inaccurate, because if there's one thing my wife married me for, it was not money. Not yet.
Not yet. There you go. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. Female. I mean, that, I know people don't love the 2.0 figures, or some people don't like the tough Michael Kaspar.
It's because they're wrong.
Don't like the female bugs. Yeah, I know. To me, anything fantasy, and it's not in a over sexualized way either. Like, it's just like, it's a staple of fantasy and fantasy art is
one type of character.
Women.
It's boring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anne Bonny, Mary Read, Grania O'Malley. Crazy famous female pirates. Let's go. It's coming. You guys are gonna kick the hell out of this.
Especially within this genre, and that's really cool. And we're hoping to touch on getting as many of the female audience as possible, because it's kind of hard to get that fold in when it comes to toys. That's just kind of how it works, and we would love to meet that need. And that's a little bit more. That approach to storytelling is very different within the pirate genre, and it's a lot more open than some of the very masculine, which pirates is, but there's so much more room for that within pirates, and we're excited to touch on that at some point.
I just saw his name cross the hashtag, so I wanted to shout out Omar Muniz with the digital deckhand, right? Like he's that's his group, right? Doing the artwork for that.
Noah is his nephew, and I met Omar in the Cabal. He was posting a little bit of Noah's art. I think it was probably his rendition of Bay Theater.
Noah's art. Ha!
Yeah, exactly. And I took one look at it and went,
that's pretty good.
I don't really have the money for an artist, but I'm going to figure it out because I want this kid's fingerprint on my brain.
Yeah.
Very badly.
I remember you talking about that early on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you get add that for $5, man. This is going to be great. You know what I mean? High resolution digital pack, all the illustrations.
That's something that's also going to be, that'll be part of the backer kit conversation. I'm going to have a lot of people to get that too, because that's included in the all-in.
I'm going to throw this out there. We need a pin, man. We need a pin. Pins.
We wanted a pin. We wanted a pin really bad, and by the time it came time to execute the plan and also not have your day job anymore, because that's how much time it takes to execute the plan, ran out of money for a pin.
Okay.
We wanted to make good action
all right.
first.
All right, pin will come later. We'll get a pin. Some later.
Well, Crib just needs a pin. Come on.
Some head pins, like some skull pin, the skull. That'd be awesome. We have a sticker pack for $50. So you got some tangible stuff, you got some digital stuff. But definitely just $5, man. Add that to your pledge. For sure. Let's see where we are. 112,205. Just refresh here. All right, come on. Let's get this going.
Guys have not
just do the all in. Just do the all in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do. Well, I can't do it right now, but I'm gonna do the all in after this.
So Quaid, right. Knowing so maybe 2 years ish out till we get these, right?
Yeah. I hope not, but probably.
Yeah, that's maybe hopefully at the outset. But so that's 2 years time between now and what? Like what do you see next for this? Is it a second Kickstarter? What's the second wave? Like, what are anything you can share? We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but
it's definitely a little early.
What do you got planned for the next 2 years?
Well, I have this line planned out 6 waves in, so I'm afraid every single time somebody asks me what's next, I'm like, well, I could give you the whole game plan if it wasn't, super ambitious. But wave 2 is very, very well structured already. That's something that the Horsemen are probably already aware of. Like I said, when we approached them, we had a Bible for them to read as far as what this world was and what we wanted to make it. And so there's just not going to be... If Tide Realm Corsairs is successful and continues to be successful, it will continue to feed people within that genre for a long, long time. The amount of material we have is expansive, and if folks are enjoying what the toys are now, they're only going to enjoy them more with what else we have in our back pocket.
Cool.
I need to read up on this so I can start writing my own fan fiction. I have to get back into writing, and this world just seems prime. Like Mythic Cosmic, I'm just going to create a character and insert them in your universe and just run with it.
Fanfics work great with this because you can ship all the characters,
Oh shit!
Boot him. Boot this guy. Who let him in?
Yeah, he's gone. Let's go. The worst of dad jokes. Now, question, Captain Graymore, is he going to be an official part of the lore? Yeah, of course, right? Or is he just a tribute one-off?
Oh yeah. So.
That's Graymore. Yeah. Well, is he or is he? Isn't he? Is he going to be official?
Gravemore is, of course, an unofficial tribute, but there is lore tied directly to him. And that's one of those things that just in order to get the information for the unlock got partially cannibalized. So there's not as much there to read as there was before. So when we have more stuff coming out about him, there's going to be even more story content that kind of goes into what he is. He's very, very different from Deathmoid.
Okay. Do you want to do a little bit? You want to give us your elevator pitch for the story then? Because I mean, like, I think the figures, the look of the figures are selling this, right? And I know that people understand that there's something behind it because you've written that, but you haven't gone overboard with that. Overboard. All right. Now I'm going to boot myself. I'm going to boot myself. That was awful.
You just can't help it.
I'm sorry. But it was totally unintentional. That was unintentional. But you want to give us like the elevator pitch for the storyline, like the world? Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, if you read the front of the website, you get the elevator pitch. But I'm pretty sure I got it memorized at this point, or I should anyway. But
well, I mean, not verbatim, but like just what's it about? What's happening here?
Well, the Tide Realms is something that we wanted to start. We very much wanted the world to have stakes from the beginning. Didn't want to just drop you into, here's a pirate world, there's ships, people are angry at each other, folks like gold, fill in the blanks. That's not
good enough for me, really, honestly.
It is good enough, but we wanted there to be, hey, if there's something here that piques your interest, we want the stakes to be just as large as they are in a lot of these other kind of wide sweeping fantasy realms. There's that word again. Good Lord, it's an epidemic. But the creation of the Tide Realms is this direct result of these three gods of the pirate realm that have had this kind of continual tumultuous battle that just won't end, and they meet this big climactic head, and that rift that battle opens is kind of where this whole realm issues out of. And so a lot of the remnants within the island of Corsair, Osius Island, which is quite literally named for the god of death within the realm, there's pieces of that divine influence all over the place. And the men and monsters of the realm have started to adapt to those leftovers. There's nobody around that really remembers that time well enough to do anything with them. But there's this raw power within the sea and the land that people are slowly beginning to harness. That's where
is this a continent, multiple continents that these? Well,
I'll just say that the map.
What are we starting out with right now? Anyway,
the map you're looking at is where all this takes place. But I will say that the map you're looking at is just one part of this globe. But it's not like it takes place. Here's planet Earth. Here's Corsair. No, it's very much its own thing. This whole island in and of itself is its own universe. This is just one part of that. But these three little segments here are very much breaking up into factions, just like the toys are. So the island of Corsair is where all those humans come from. Shellhaven Isles is very heavily influenced by the Tideborn. Osius Island is where Deathmoid has set up shop. So there's all these leftovers of these three pirate gods. And a lot of what the conflict revolves around is the objects that they've left behind, what's known as the Epirus shards. And those are some things that even within toy form, some of our characters already hold. The necklace around Deathmoid's neck is an object referred to as the Mortis Oculus. It's a little bit like the Palantir almost. It communicates to him, and whether he's aware of it or not, rather directs his steps. There's the Eye of the Storm, which is the giant blue blade that Alistair holds. That's actually kind of a transformative object. Its normal state is this glowing blue lantern, and it transforms into this weapon. It's this connection that Alistair has to the divine influence over the realm that nobody else has really seen in the longest time. Alistair is kind of the chosen paladin who, by no fault of his own, has found himself in a position that he doesn't really want to be in. Alistair is kind of called to a role of heroicism, not the right word there, but
heroism.
Yeah, heroism is the correct word. Almost there. It's just a little bit of
it's all right.
Anyway,
it's late.
Yeah, as a pirate, he's not terribly inclined to decisions that are less than selfish, and so all of that comes to a head when, Deathmoid is a direct result of the absence of the gods. He's this infection that's taken place over the realm, and his influence over the seas has actually indirectly released Charybdis. There's all these waiting villains lying around that have not surfaced until the fractured and broken parts of this realm have brought them to the surface, and the men are met with themselves, and in turn the fate of a world that frankly they've kind of cannibalized and taken advantage of because they're pirates.
Very cool.
Super cool.
Nice. Very, very well.
He's so perfect. He's so beautiful. Cannot wait to take pictures of him.
He's gorgeous. Yeah. He's something that you notice a new detail every single time you look at him. There's not a thing on him that isn't asymmetrical. It's where half that tooling cost is going. You can blame Charybdis. Seriously.
I've got a bit of an obsession with so this is a pirate tattoo and an Assassin's Creed tattoo. This is from Black Flag.
All at the same time.
I love these little guys. So that guy jumped out at me, and I think on day one I was like, I'm in for him. And while we were on the stream, I added Deathmoid and the pirate, the captain's kit, like the heads and the arms. So I added those, and I'm sure that is not going to be the last time I change my pledge, because I already want a peg leg for somebody. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, these little $25 things, like, hell yeah.
Well, for anybody self-conscious, it's not going to help them to know that I can see every little thing that anybody goes in there and does, whether they update something, cancel something, adjust something. It's all right there. So I'm afraid I'm very conscious of what's interesting everybody. Deathmoid has just destroyed the playing field as far as demand goes. It's just he's absolutely demolished it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, making the crew is going to be awesome too. I mean, the main characters are so cool, but the diversity that with the parts you already have right now, that's going to be so fun.
We're really excited, and we did not anticipate being able to meet that need as well as this campaign is proposing. We were very torn picking which thing to lead with, and ultimately we led with the captains because they were just the coolest thing on the table. But the prospect of having to wait to build out those ranks was really, really quite a struggle, and the fact that we were able to meet that in an unexpected way, it's carrying the campaign. It was a good decision.
It's awesome. I mean, absolutely. Trevor will say the same thing, right? As far as being able to shoot this stuff, you want more. You want to some backup characters. You want to fill out scenes and have some variety of characters people, and all that stuff. So they're totally necessary.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All
right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think one of the reasons why Deathmoid is so popular is like that figure is like the Jolly Roger personified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that is just so iconic looking that I think it's just pulling people right in.
Yeah, I mean, a skeleton pirate. Like, who doesn't want a skeleton pirate? Like, it's a one-off figure. I'd buy it. You know,
right?
Yeah.
It's funny that he's the thing that people resonate with immediately. They'll get drawn in if they're already interested. Everybody else will kind of just solidify that for him. But it's funny because he actually took the most work. You would think that the skeleton pirate would be kind of the shoe-in. He's how hard is it going to be to sculpt that when we've got so many good examples of that? And yet we had a very different idea for what we wanted this skeleton pirate to be. And that head sculpt took several different tries before it was really communicating what Deathmoid is, which in universe is not just a skeleton. Can you play with him like that? Done deal. Do it. Go ahead. That's exactly what he's designed to do.
Did you hear that, Brett?
I think people are drawn to it because there's a little skeleton in all of us.
Off he goes.
Now we can say whatever we want about him.
Sorry, I had to do it. All right, let's get this thing given away here. So we got a legendary barbarian. It's going out to somebody. We got 107 people in the draw so far. 144 people watching. You got 5 seconds to get hashtag barbarian in here. And you got about 5 minutes to get your pledge into Tide Realm Corsairs
love
to
a
get us up
Kraken.
to. Yeah, hell yeah. For sure. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Good luck. Who else has sound effects for this? Uncarded reviews.
I know
9721. Congrats. Hit me up.
Congrats.
Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want, and give me your address, and I'll get that out to you.
Don't give Trevor your address. Don't do that.
I'm fine. I don't show up except at Christmas.
I mean, you live down the road, and how many times have you been here? Like 3?
I know. Well, I've been to your house quite a bit, so
a couple of times.
Exactly.
My way. You got to come over my way.
Yeah, one of these days.
They're excited.
There you go. Congratulations. Do you have one? I'd love it to go to somebody who doesn't have it.
Yeah, if they don't have it, that would be awesome.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah. I hate to not tell people to enter if you already have one, but it'd be nice to.
That's why I did.
Someone who has 7. You said they had 7. It's good to have multiples too, though.
I've had to sell.
Of all the figures, this is a good one to have.
Yeah,
it is a good one to have. Yeah, I may have exaggerated with 7, but I at least have 5. I know that. So,
cool.
Yeah, congrats. All right. So, in conclusion, Tide Realm Corsairs. It's the realm you want to back right now, anyway, because all the other realms have been backed. This is the realm that needs your help. It doesn't really need your help. It does need your help. It's doing really well.
Absolutely needs your help.
It needs your help, and it doesn't even need help. It's really cool. So just go get them. They're pirates, man. Who doesn't want pirates?
There's nobody who doesn't like pirates other than another pirate. And
I'm not even big into pirates, but they're cool. Pirates are cool, and skeleton pirates, squid pirates.
You don't want to just hit your funding goal, right? You want to
obliterate it.
I was gonna say something.
Broadside it
way past. I was gonna say blow it out of the water, but that was.
Come on! It ended right on that.
Too late for
the puns just write themselves with this.
They do.
You really can't help it. Yeah.
No, the further we get past the funding goal, the easier it is to fulfill. That's just how it works.
Exactly.
The further past that is, the smoother production time and production execution becomes.
Yeah.
And I think the key right now is to get the word out beyond. I think a lot of folks that follow Four Horsemen are aware of it now, but I think getting the word out there, especially if you know anybody that happens to love some vintage 1980s toys, there might be a pirate in there that they gravitate towards.
Pretty sure.
So getting the word out there to people who are not aware of this line, I think, is going to be key to really pushing us forward. So we're going to be trying to do that over the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I talked about it on my usual stream on Sunday, and Dan was kind enough to pin the Kickstarter link in our chat. Yeah, that one.
Perfect.
But I had to bring it up. I'm usually really good about pushing these things, and there was another campaign that I didn't push as much, and I feel really bad. So I feel like I could do more. This speaks to me. I've always been really, really interested in the history of the pirates. I do have a copy of the general history of the pirates somewhere. I mean, there's always rum in this house. This is I'm not good at history, but I'm good with 18th century golden age of piracy.
It's never gone. The rum's never gone there.
No, never gone here. We've got Kraken rum and we've got pirate rum, but this was just
Kraken's good.
I saw these guys on the table and I was like, I'm so screwed because I'm in for all of those things.
Well,
but they're cool. They're visually beautiful. It really hits a lot of the chat has all day with the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Treasure Island jokes. This hits such a wide audience, so I feel like it's gonna do so well. And I feel like we're gonna see so much. I'm gonna have in the future there will be a huge display of this line in my house for sure.
That's cool. Would just be an absolute honor, and the fact that we jumped into this knowing that it was kind of a niche within a niche, and yet the resounding feedback that we could find from just white chatter within groups, and then if you did ask somebody, just like to Terrence's point, people had something in their notebook about, hey, we did, if you could get something you don't have right now, what was it going to be? And pirates was something that just continued to come up, and so the fact that I'm able to meet that need and live out I'm gonna try not to get emotional. Live out what I've wanted to since boyhood, because I just kind of waited for the day where I'd grow out of this stuff. And I'm sure there's no one in this room that can relate to that. room.
No.
But I didn't. It never happened, and I adore doing this too much that there came a point where I was actually so tired of buying things. It was actually breaking my heart to spend more money on something else to have instead of being able to contribute. And the fact that I can, and we're almost there, means a lot.
Yep.
Good for you, man.
Well
Congrats.
said.
Yep, it's awesome.
Well said. Doing great. I mean, 34 days to go on this thing. We're already like less than 40,000 away from, or just a little over 40,000 away from.
Last I looked, the number was 72% funded. That's what we're looking at.
Yep. So really good. I mean, you know how these things go. They jump a little bit in the middle. They're going to jump a lot at the end. But I think this is going to continually. It's been steady, right? I mean, it's been steady day by day. It's jumped up a few, 5, 8, 10,000. So I think that's going to continue. But if you're in this, there's some cool stuff right around the corner. So just
saying,
just jump it up. Yeah. Just jump it up a little bit.
The sooner we hit
unlocked.
Sooner we hit that number, the sooner you can have a whole pile of coral raids. Trust me.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to get it to that funding, and then people will start piling on because that's where it starts moving.
And it opens up is like when it's it's getting towards the end. There's going to be a lot more people piling on, and if you have to go back and say, you know what, I'm gonna go back. Remove this, remove that. You can do that. Do that. But right now, get in there for what you want or what you can do. And help unlock this stuff and get this, get the cool stuff that you want. You know what I mean? If you want stuff that's coming, get that stuff unlocked, get it, and then back out of whatever you got to do if you have to.
It's a big numbers game. Like it's a completely legitimate way of playing that. Slapping
it is
with what you're comfortable with, the biggest number you think you can give, and later down the campaign when we've blown past all the stretch goals, hey, maybe I don't need 8 crew builders. I'll have 6. That's a perfectly reasonable decision.
Right. Yeah. Right. But I want to unlock some other stuff. So
unless you're Terrence. Terrence needs like 20.
Well, I've already got. I went in for the all-in, and I went for 2 crew builders on each faction beyond that. But that's because I feel like he needs to have 3 guys. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Each captain has to have 3 guys. But.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. You gotta have the quartermaster. Mm-hmm. You need like a gun runner. You need somebody up in the.
I mean, I'd encourage people to. Again, it's not just a plug. I'd encourage people to keep up with that audiobook because there's certain things, especially with the human faction. You'll be able to see some of these characters that are really, really well expounded upon. Some of these crew builders are fitting some of those character types that are already within universe. So they're part of it. They're baked in.
Cool.
Quaid, you've obviously you're on our show. We've seen you on some other in our community toy related shows. Are there I'm sure there are because there's groups and YouTube shows and podcasts for everything nowadays. But have you found any that are just like pirate stuff that maybe aren't into toys, but you want to get on them and introduce them to this? Have you found anything like that?
That is the market that we've been trying to target for this entire. Terrence knows this. That we've been trying to target for over a year, and it's really, really, really difficult to find that. More so than you'd think. That part of the conversation is more niche than, go pick a YouTuber that's talking about Marvel movies. But as far as people that are focused solely on that genre, it's actually quite difficult. We've tried to explore getting exposure within just kind of basic like LARP, piracy, dress up groups. And I think we gained a little bit of traction a couple months ago with a couple posts, but most folks are kind of, hey, that's cool. And they move on. So you have to really hit them with an angle that speaks to them. And if there's anybody within those communities, seriously, there's still people that we'd love to reach because we know that they would enjoy this.
It's not top of mind. Like when we had the Pirates of the Caribbean movies out, like that would have been a thing to talk to people on who are into
There's a new
that.
one coming.
Yeah, no, and there always is. But I'm almost feel like it's a good time because like you can almost be a leader in this genre again. You know what I mean? Because it's not like you're glomming on to the Pirates of the Caribbean popularity because it's over, right? I mean, there are people who love it, but it's not. Yeah, it's not top of mind anymore. So
Black Flag coming back around. The remake of Assassin's Creed 4 coming out in July. So
that is true. That's
push
big.
Them together.
Yeah, that's big too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's tough to break. I mean, you're marketing towards toy people who are inclined to buy toys.
Right.
It's getting tougher and tougher to get people. But
I
think you're going on toy anxiety and things like that. Like people, there's a lot of broad different, even within the toy community. There's a lot of different communities within the toy community that you have to hit.
Sure.
So you're gonna be exhausted, but I think in the end it'll be worth it. But
it's already been worth it. I seriously can't thank anybody enough. Like anybody who's the whites of their eyes are in front of me, and I can actually thank them for real. That's what I want to.
Well, the Purple Gang might not have been as great. No, I'm just kidding.
They're special. They're special for sure.
I know. That's special.
It's fun.
That's a word for it.
Speaking of, it turns out that Jordan is a Discord mod on a Pirates of the Caribbean cruise ship server focused on Captain Jack. So.
Wow, that is
super specific.
Focus.
It's so specific. I think it's
very
true.
specific.
Talk about niche within niche.
That is land ho right there. Like that is. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw any of the parody reveals that we had on.
Well, Hedgehog was just asking about Captain Hedgehog and when he was going to come out. But yeah, that was amazing.
But I actually sent you something, so I don't know if you want to share it, but I did send you something a little bit earlier, so I don't know.
Okay, hang on a second.
While you're looking for that, sort of side note, if you're into Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they're great movies, they're fun movies, or just movies in general, and I think I've mentioned
IG or Facebook
on this show
I sent you on
before.
Facebook Messenger.
There's a podcast called What Went Wrong, and it's all about what went into making of movies. And there's one about Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's a fascinating listen.
Very fascinating. Yeah.
Check it out.
Well, you guys are checking out Captain Hedgehog.
These are possibilities, kids. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't know about the whiskey glass.
Look at the shirt. This
should really be my accessory, but that's okay. Wow, I like the alternate head right there.
I cut my hair like 2 years ago.
I was gonna say you got the old hair.
Holy shit! There you go. That's the wrong glass, but okay, it's good.
Oh my god! I got barnacles.
God. Oh Jesus Christ!
Yes.
Oh, good.
I love the goggles.
All right, bye, Terrence. With the rocking chair, goodbye.
I think the proportions are spot on.
Matt Locke, you're an asshole. You're such an asshole. 1798 is on my birthday, May 25th, 1798.
Yep.
Look, he's got the old hands on here too. Like, you motherfucker.
Jesus. Very specific.
That's badass.
So if you want to see those unlocked, kids, go back the Tide Realm Corsairs, and you never know. You never know what's going to happen.
That's
not,
the
rocking chair not included.
100,000.
Look at you took the head right from like my 2-second appearance on Purple Gang the other day.
I love it.
All right, guys, good luck with this. I think you really don't need it, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. I hope that this goes bananas.
Yeah, let's crush that goal.
Get to that $350,000 so we can get a pirate ship or something.
Yep. Let's do that.
Deck or something like that.
Hey, if we hit 500,000, you might get your female pirate. I'm just saying.
There you go. There you go.
Sounds like I've got some promoting to do.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Where are you guys going to be on next? Anything you want to promote?
Let's see. I'm trying to remember because there's a lot set up already. I don't know that it's the soonest, but it's the first one that's coming to mind anyway because we're going to be talking with Brick something on the 10th, Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
That's what comes up
and,
off top of my head.
Terrence, when's your next appearance?
We're working out details. We're going to be on Mega J Retro and Toy Anxiety,
nice.
So that'll be coming up. Yes, we'll be talking to both of them, and I know that we as soon as we had unlocked and revealed, I should say revealed, not unlocked, but revealed Greymore. I got that out to those guys because, of course, they love their Thundercats, Masters of the Universe, stuff like that. So. I got some very enthusiastic responses from that. So, we'll be going on there. And of course, Toy Anxiety is a great channel to go on because they just did the Cryptoids. And so I kind of consider them Kickstarter brethren in a way, there's a kinship there.
Yep.
What's the other one? It's J. What's his name? Does a lot of Motu stuff.
Mega J Retro?
Geek Dad Life?
No. Geek Dad Life.
Geek Dad Life.
Great channel. That's another great channel. Yeah, cool.
We spoke to him and Quip and probably in the last day or two. I think we got them a little bit too late because they were doing their May the 4th episode last night, a lot of Star Wars stuff. So probably follow up with them next week, I'd imagine.
Yep. And Nostalgia Reboxed and
Jonathan Nostalgia Unboxed.
For sure. Reboxed and Unboxed. Yep.
Reboxed and Unboxed.
He does Rebox too. He's got a second channel.
He has a Rebox.
Oh,
he has a Rebox channel. Yeah, I think he separated some of the Reboxed.
Oh.
I think he separated some of what do you call it? The Dragon Ball Z stuff and things like that over to another new stuff and retro
when your channels
stuff or something.
You grow that big.
I know
it's hard. It's hard to because the stuff that made it big, you don't want to stray away from that. So then you make a lot of guys make a second channel to do the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but he and Matt Hatter, if you get them talking about him on a Friday,
I was gonna say Matt Hatter's reached out to us too. He's very enthusiastic about this. So
I bet, man. Yeah, I can see him.
He is a pirate. Sure. I feel like he's
a
total
kind
pirate.
of is. Yeah, he is kind of a pirate. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. Congratulations to our winner, Uncarded Reviews for the Barbarian. Go back this thing. It's going to be cool. Don't think it's going to be a problem to reach its goals, but let's get it beyond that. Let's make it a hit. All right, that's it. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I don't know what we're going to be talking about then. Hopefully, we'll have some news on the Pop and Swap.
Could be anything.
Stars thing. Bill, you had a show Thursday. You did your Disney thing with Eric Miller.
Well, Sunday recently was the Disney thing. Last week, Quaid and Abby and Terrence were on.
You guys were all on there, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So this week is a non-episode, and then next week on the 14th. Is that next week?
Yeah.
I don't know. The 14th.
Yeah. A week from Thursday. Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. So the 14th, I'll have Jesse DeStasio, and we'll be talking about the Toy Pizza Expo that's coming up in June.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Yeah, we didn't get to talk about the show that you just went to, Shot the Curiosity, but we'll talk about that next time. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys. As always, hit that like on the way out. If you haven't already, leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite pirate faction is or what you'd like to see in this thing. So, all right. See you guys. Thanks, Cloud. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yo,
thanks, guys.
Pirate's life for me.
Yar.